What's up? So, this week I am celebrating 1 year on HRT. Now, the wind is messing up with my hair, so I'm not really having the best day. It's just been a very, very, very depressive, sad day today, even though my eyeliner is on freaking point. But um, 1 year is on hormones that have been just very chaotic because I started with like self medicating because the list for the endocrinologist took way too long and I already took time to think about my transition. So before transitioning, I took the time to go to therapy and think about if this is actually myself. Maybe I had traumas that need to be solved. Maybe I'm just mentally ill and like all this crap you see online. And eventually, I realized no, there's nothing here to actually fix. I just need to figure out what to do from this moment onward. So what I decided was to go with it. And I went to the doctors and they told me, yeah, no, well, you're going to have to wait for like 7 months until we get an appointment with the endocrinologist. Excuse me, I've been waiting. So I said no, went and talked to some trans girls, and I told them I'm very desperate. I really need this because I've been waiting. I'm already 30 years old. I don't have time to waste. I need to start ASAP. Help. So I did. And what I did was I did not know the dosages, even though my friends told me, but I just kind of wanted it to go very quick and I wanted it to work. So I kind of injected a higher dose of estradiol valerate. And I definitely had an overdose. And I think I made a video and I posted it online talking about how I overdosed on estrogen. Shocking. So if you're trying to get on your shots and HRT, please do not overdose. Do not take too much. It's not going to help you. It's actually going to be worse for you to take more estrogen than less estrogen. So try to take less and wait. Now, long story short, I got my endocrinologist and everything was going kind of okay. I had changes at the beginning, like my nipples were the first things that I could tell because of the change. And then people would tell me my face was getting rounder, which was great. It's just kind of a very good indicator that the fat redistribution and distribution is actually working and doing its magic. Now, the sad part is I do not know when this started, but I'm vitamin D deficient. That's why I keep talking about the D, and I'm literally talking about vitamin D. And that messes up with your transition and your HRT. So get checked if your HRT is not working and you're in an area where you're indoors or where you don't have that much sunshine or direct sunshine onto your skin. You might be vitamin D deficient, which is messing with your HRT transitioning. Now, I did not know when this happened, but we did know, my endocrinologist and I, that my prolactin was very high. We lowered the androcore, the anti-androgen, and it did not really do anything. So, because we had to do blood tests every 3 or 6 months, we had to wait for 6 months until I got to do the other blood test. So, the last blood test I have done was in end of March, right? And this blood test was included vitamin D, and my vitamin D was at 8. A normal typical range is 50 to 100. 50 to 100. I got 8. So that's not good. And that's messing up. That's why my prolactin is very up. There's a correlation. I watched and read some research talking about how prolactin and vitamin D are correlated. And if you have low vitamin D, you're gonna have high prolactin, which means your body's not responding to the estrogen and it's being transferred from estrogen to prolactin. So you're not really having any estrogen. I do have estrogen in my blood, but I'm just kind of peeing it out technically. So it's useless. Now, what can we do about this? I'm in Seville, so I'm getting some sunshine. All's good. I'm also taking vitamin D supplements. But today, or actually the 1st of May, which is a couple days ago, was when I first took my first shot of estrogen, right? And I'm very, 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 very disappointed because I don't really see much changes. I did change because my makeup skills got better. My clothing style got to be different, where it's hiding my freakishly big upper body and enlarging my lower body. And being in the center, I was just hanging out with a friend who's a flamenco dancer, which is pretty cool because I'm a flamenco guitarist, and we're gonna go figure this out. But she was very nice. She's like also like very skinny because she's from like northeastern Europe, so the body type is usually skinny like me. And I usually was, and I've always been around women who are skinny, so I never really had the time to observe. But today, because I was in the center and I was watching all these lovely, lovely women from Spain or from Latin America, and I'm looking at all these curves, I'm like, how am I gonna get all of this? When is this gonna happen? Because a year has passed. I have zero hips and barely any breasts. I don't really care about the breasts, honestly. I just want my lower body to get a little bit wider, my muscles on top to get a bit smaller. So I'm getting into a kind of a dark place now. I think it's because of this 1 year anniversary thing. So I'm thinking of literally starving myself for a while. Some people call it caloric cycling or caloric deficit. People do this for like a month to 3 months of eating less than 1,000 calories a day, and you would lose all the fat, and then eventually you're going to lose all the muscle mass, which is what I want to get to. So I'm probably going to get to lose everything, including the fat and the mass, and then I'm going to like force eat everything. I'm just going to go like, right? And I hope it will work. I don't want to do this, honestly. I'm just hoping. I need to go talk to the endocrinologist because I'm in a new city and I want to go see. Oh, I'm cold now. Let's see if actually this looks good. So I want to go see if my vitamin D levels are actually changing or not, if this affecting anything. Otherwise, we need to figure out what to do because it's messing with my transition and I don't like it because I feel like I'm stuck. I'm 31 and I don't know where this is gonna go. Like I don't know why I'm doing HRT if I'm not getting any changes. I don't know if I will ever be comfortable with my own body. I mean, people tell me I'm pretty. Cool, good for you. I'm not doing this for people. I'm here feeling bad because I see myself at home in my own room alone, and I get upset about what I see. I try many different things just to kind of hinder the differences and try to demasculinize my physique and my appearance. And hairstyle was actually a big thing. I don't like my hair now. I have a very bad diffuser, so I cannot get my curls, and my curls usually make my head look bigger and my face look smaller because there's a lot more stuff happening here. But eventually, I had a lot of very happy, euphoric moments this whole year of transition, and I gotta admit, like I've been very genuinely happy. A couple months ago, even like at the beginning of the transition when I got my things, but now because it's like a year mark, I'm just looking at it like it's been a year. I don't have any lower body crap. I don't have what women have. Like I could have said it's just hips and bones, but like girl, trust me, those are not bones. It's just fat. And I was looking at like young girls like 12 years old and I'm like, how could you have this? And then I'm looking at 20-year-old women and 50-year-old women. I'm like even older women, they have this massive lower body. And I'm thinking, is this ever going to happen? Like how is this affecting me? Because you can say it's bone structure and body bones and skeleton. These women do not have the bone structure to have hips that wide, right? And I know it's genetic. I know it's like estrogen based, but like what is the process for me now? Because I'm very stuck and I'm in a limbo and I don't like it because I'm starting to self isolate because I don't want to go outside. If I go outside, I look at literally everyone and I usually do not stare at women, but like sometimes they pass and I'm like, I look at them and I'm literally just like in tears. Like, this is not going to happen. Like, this is not going to happen. It might happen. Just I keep telling myself this is not going to happen. And eventually, it just kind of gets me into a very, very dark place. Sure, I would be presenting as a woman and the society will accept me as a woman. I look at myself and I'm seeing somewhat of a woman, but then also I'm seeing this leftover things that I had from the past because I did sports and I have a little bit of muscle. I'm not like very muscular, really, but I don't have a lower body to kind of balances that out. And I don't know how this is gonna change. Like I'm just thinking now of surgeries. How many surgeries? What surgeries? How much do I need? And I need to figure out how to support myself. I need to figure out, can I buy my own house? Do I want to move and rent my own place anytime soon? Am I just going to be thinking of surgeries and paying for surgeries and more surgeries and paying for more surgeries? I'm trying to have this self love scenario, accepting yourself, which is working in some sense. But in other days, it's just like a backfire because one wrong shirt and I'm just off. Completely ruins my day. Probably for like 3 days, I'll be ruined. And I'll throw the shirt out, probably just force eat things and, just binge on whatever and try to figure out what to do. And then I'll probably play my guitar to calm myself down and busy myself with work. So that's my strategy. So, yeah, this 1 year mark, I don't know if it's what I expected. I have a friend who says she started transitioning like a year and 7 months ago, like maybe a year and a half, more than a year and a half, and she already has the hips. Like you can look at her, and her body is literally bottom heavy. I'm a year into it, nothing. My other friend, who's even younger, she's 18. She's more than a year into it, and she has no lower body. And my friend is actually like the young one is having it even harder than I do because she's young. I'm old, so I'm like probably blaming my age for this and my body, but like she's young. And the other one who has the curves, she's like 24. So she's in the middle of the two of us. We're all taking the same dosage. So I don't know how that really works. But oh, look at this, I forgot about this. So tell me if you're transitioning or you know anyone who's transitioning or you want to learn about transitioning or what you know about transitioning. Was this 1 year mark something that pushed you to be more hopeful or less hopeful about your transition? Because the girl here is not having it. I'm usually injecting myself on Sundays, which is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be injecting the same thing, but because I'm not seeing anything, I need my body to kind of get used to things. Because I'm not seeing anything, I'm probably going to be messing with my dosage. But I'm going to try to, I don't know, like wear different clothes and try to not go out as much because if I'm at home, I usually do not look at anyone and I do not have all these reminders from the world to remind me that my shoulders are big. I don't have any hips. I do have a butt. I literally have a butt from behind. It's good. But I don't have anything from the side. And I have a bunch of freaking dresses that I will never wear because I wear them and I look at myself. I'm like, mm-mm, we're not going to do this. No, 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 no. That's not acceptable. We're not going to do that because that dress should have a person, at least for me, it would be the best and it would look nicer if the dress is filled with the person so that the person actually complements the dress. I wear a dress, the dress is like stretched up here and it's super loose at the bottom and it just looks like this, which just ruins everything for me. And I have a couple of dresses that have a flare, but I don't want to be wearing a flared like ball dress just to go out on a Saturday. But eventually, it's 1 year, and I hope this freaking vitamin D now being solved will push things to move a little bit more. It is already moving because I'm already feeling my nipples being a bit more sensitive. My skin is much better, and I'm feeling my face is actually more round, which are all good signs. But also, I'm not seeing anything from fat distribution in my other parts of my body. And I know a couple of trans YouTubers who don't have lower body and they're happy with it in some sense. Maybe not, but I also know a couple of trans women who have impressive lower bodies. So here's where I'm stuck. Like, am I gonna be spending 5, 8 years? And because of my body and metabolism, I'm always gonna have smaller hips. It's not gonna change anything about my transition. It's just gonna make me upset. Like, I think this is kind of the whole point of transition. I don't know why people think that men would transition to go SA women. Like, they don't go do that. Men in general don't care about their bodies and they don't have dysphoria. Like, to attack trans women thinking of literal men trying to imitate us and kind of copy us just to get into certain places doesn't really make it our fault, because trust me, I avoid public restrooms. I would never go to a changing room with a woman for now, unless they're friends of mine. But I'll never go to like a spa where everyone is naked and just hanging out. I'll just hate myself. I would literally be in tears, and I would look at the floor and just run home as quick as possible and hate myself for a week. That's what I would do if I see women naked. Yeah. So I know it's part of the process. I have trans friends, and I have trans friends who've been here like years, and some of them even said they're even just recently got to accept their transness and androgyny, even though I don't think they look androgynous at all. But that's just the way it is. 1 year of a little bit of fun, a little bit of euphoria, definitely some very, very happy moments. And I still remember them. Like, I actually do remember them. So it's not all just downhill, but it's just hit me that I hit 1 year, 12 months, and I'm not really getting what I expected. I think it's just all expectations from my side of this, besides what actually is and how long it takes. I've heard trans women say it takes like the first year is the worst year of your transition because you're not going to see anything. Everything is just going to be slow and nothing. But from the year first year to second year to third year, that's when like changes start happening. The sad part is I had this freaking vitamin D deficiency that messed up on my transition 4 months, and I blame Northern Spain for it. Vigo, I blame you because I always lived in places with sunshine, and I thought also kind of my issue, following what other skincare gurus say is avoid sun because sun burns your skin and kills your skin. That costed me actually having worse skin because I have a vitamin D deficiency and my skin is literally cracking, like it's flaky. It's solved now because I'm getting a little bit more vitamin D, but holy crap, that is not fun. Not fun at all. So tell me about your transition. Give me something, hope. If you know someone, tell me how was their transition the first year. Hopefully, I'm gonna go meet an endocrinologist. I mean, from what I know, it's gonna take me a couple of months probably to get to an endocrinologist. Good thing I have my own things. So I'm gonna go tell them, yeah, I've been self-medicating. Why? Because you guys take freaking forever, and I'm not gonna waste my time waiting on your system because you don't care. Because this doesn't come to you, I have to go to the clinic to wait for another physician to come just talk to me and email the endocrinologist and then tells me to come back in a couple of weeks so that he can tell me to set an appointment with the endocrinologist. And then I'm going to have to wait a couple of months to actually meet the endocrinologist. Hooray, excellent. Thank you for your care. I'm paying taxes, and that's the treatment I get. But I'm gonna go trying to figure out what to eat. But I mean, I think I look cute. That's not the problem. Like if I look at myself here, I'm fine. Even though my hair is not the best, it's just I have a bunch of clothes I want to wear, and I keep buying more clothes that I cannot wear because I just see myself in that until I actually have it and wear it. So I don't know what you think, but if I don't get any changes in the next 3 months, because that's when I'm moving to my actual apartment in July, well, 2 months, I'm gonna be starving myself to lose all the muscle, all the upper body, and then I'm gonna be eating a whole bunch of crap. And hopefully my estrogen will be dominating and it will go to the right places. Tell me if that's a bad idea. Tell me. Bye.